Kalage Sundarakaram Sadaika Priyadarshanam Ajnana Nashakam Devam Sadgurum Muralidharam Buddhir Balam Yasho Dhairyam Nirbhayatvam Arogataha Ajatyam Vakpadutvancha Hanumath Smaranat Bhavet. Sadguru Maharaj ki Jai. With the immense blessings of our beloved Guru Maharaj, whose blessings is very vital to an extent that a Mahatma says, Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasadaha yada prasadat na gati kutobi dhyayam stunvanstasya yashastri sandhyam vande guroho Sri Chanarara Vindam, whose grace is absolutely essential for the grace of Hari. And if we are somehow not under the net of his grace, we have no other gati. Such Gurunatha, such the lotus feet of our beloved Guru Maharaj is to be remembered in all the three parts of the day and to be sung always and to be prostrated to always. And prostration to such a Guru Maharaj that we are all blessed with. Maharanyam Sri Muralidhara Swamigal's Kripa today. Being Guru Varam, we are also going to see the greatness of Hanumath samena Guruna, who is a very important part of the jiva or the soul's journey to the feet of Bhagavan Ramachandra Prabhu. And we are all seeing the spirit of surrender, Sharanagati. We are also seeing in the mornings Bhagavad Gita, which is also a Sharanagati Shastram. Bhagavad Gita starts with our Arjuna doing surrender to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Sakadana Arjuna. Sishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Our Arjuna falls at the feet of Bhagavan Sri Krishna and says, please take me as your Sishya now. We are no longer friends now. Don't look at me as somebody for whom you are driving the chariot, Krishna. Now take me as a Sishya and tell me, I'm surrendering to you, Prapannam. Tell me what I should do. Tell me what is the next course of action for me. And immediately Bhagavan's tone changed. And with tremendous majesty, our Bhagavan Sri Krishna consoles Arjuna. And the best consolation anybody can get when there is confusion or sadness is a consolation a guru gives. Even if it's one word called don't worry, Anjel, Abhayam, or 700 slokas, of which about 580 of them were told by Bhagavan Sri Krishna. That gives consolation. So Bhagavad Gita starts with a partial surrender by Arjuna, and hence Bhagavan takes him through all the yogas and then introduces him to the total surrender. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. And leaving everything, come and surrender to me alone. Mam ekam, ananya bhakti, ananya sharanagati. And whatever be the defects you have, whatever be the background you have, or whatever be the past of yours, all that will be absolved. Don't worry, I will take care. I will liberate you, said Bhagavan. Gita itself is a moksha shastra, and in particular, and since the Charama Shloka talks about Sharanagati, it is the shastra which speaks about Sharanagati. And for that Sharanagati to happen, here our Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself becomes the Jagat Guru, and he himself is the final goal also. For some people like Arjuna, Guru and Bhagavan become one. Bhagavan himself comes as a Guru, gives the Upadesa, and finally the holy feet which he is going to clasp finally is Bhagavan's only, who also happens to be his Guru. You see, that is the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. So Sharanagati Shastram. And what is this Sharanagati? We should know now. We are talking about Vibheeshana Sharanagati. What is Sharanagati? And Sharanagati is the 9th step shown by our Prahalada Swami. First step always starts with Shravanam, listening about the Lord's glories, listening about Bhakti Margam, listening about the great Bhagavatas, listening about the Kripa of Bhagavan, the qualities of Bhagavan, Leelas of Bhagavan, so that slowly we start remembering Bhagavan and start getting attached to Bhagavan and understand the true purpose of life is attaining Bhagavan's Sri Charanam. And then we do Kirtanam and we pray and then we do Sada Smaranam. When we do all that, Bhagavan becomes very happy with us. When Bhagavan becomes very happy with us, he would first see if we really want Bhagavan alone or something else. If we want something else very easy for Bhagavan, he will give whatever we want and he will continue with what he is doing and let us continue with what we are doing. Ramakrishna Paramsa says those people are devotees but not very intelligent devotees. He gives a lovely example of a small baby in a household. The baby wants the mother to hold it all the time. So the baby will start crying. Baby, not very small baby. A young boy, for example, cries for the mother to hold him in her hip all the time. And when he is crying, the mother has a lot of work. So mother won't immediately come and hold him in his hip. The mother will first distract him by giving some kilona. She will give some playthings for him and say, "Chalo, play." If this kid starts getting engaged in that play, our mother will leave there. She will continue with what she needs to do. But if the kid throws all these playthings away and starts crying, "I want you only, man," next the mother will entice the kid with some favorite sweet dish, or chocolate, pacifier. And if you are pacified, over. And he takes that pacifier or whatever chocolate she gives and he's pacified, now his mother continues. Ramakrishna Paramsa says, real intelligent devotees, whatever the mother offers, they will refuse and say, "I want you and you only. Take me in your hip. Don't try to distract me with all these things." And if you cry even beyond all that and throw all this off, then the mother has no other option but to hold in the hip and continue her duty of whatever she needs to do in the home. And that is what is all prayers all about. And so Bhagavan would want to know whether we really want him or not. Once we really want him, then what he will do is he would make us feel really thirsty for him, and then he will send a guru. Acharya or a guru has to come, and the Bhagavan only sends the guru. But then the guru would make sure that the Bhagavan takes the right decision of accepting this jiva, so that his all shortcomings, etc., are all completely hidden by the guru. The guru understands Bhagavan's heart. The guru understands the jiva or the soul's heart, and he is like a bridge between these two. And what does the guru get from either of them? Neither of them can do anything to the guru. You see, what can Bhagavan do to a jnani who is already a jnani, who is a guru? Bhagavan says, "What can I do for you? You have somehow brought my most beloved jiva to my feet, and I don't know what I can give you. Nakurni sadasram priyam." And the jiva would say, "Arey, Guru has somehow brought me to the purpose of my life, and he has somehow united me with Bhagavan. Enna kaimaru seive." This is what is the song our Swamiji has sung. Me being a dirty soul, you pick me up, you purify me, you give me bhakti, jnana, vairagya, and then you make me fit, and then finally offer me to Krishna's feet, Ramachandra Prabhu's feet. How can I even think of repaying what you have done? How can I repay you? And what I can do is, I will always be remembering, what can I give you back? How can I repay? How can I even think of repaying? How much kripa you have done on me for this undeserving soul? Remembering this way is the swarupa of a jiva who is extremely grateful to Guru and to Bhagavan. And so a guru would complete this path of surrender. And the surrender or Sharanagati has 6 parts. It has 5 parts, and the 6th one is the Angi, it is said. Angamna part. That which has these parts is Angi. If you want to understand Angam and Angi, my hand is an Angam. Angamna part. Legs are my Angam. My eyes are Angam. And I am the Angi. I am the one who has all these parts. Which means all these parts goes to serve me, who is the whole, who is actually the one who has all these parts. The parts are called Angam, and the one who is actually having these parts as the center, as the core, is called Angi. And here our Sharanagati Shastra is divided or is seen with 6 parts there, 5 of which are the parts, and 6th is the one which has these 5 parts. Anji Angam, 5 Angam, and 1 Angi. And what are these 5 plus 1? Anukulyasya sankalpaha pratikulyasya varjanam rakshishyati iti vishwasaka gotrutva varanam tata atma nikshepa karpanye shadvida sharanagatihi shadvida. 6 types or 6 parts sharanagati. So there are 6 parts here, and very beautifully in Tamil, our Swami Deshikan has that Acharya has given us a very simple way to understand the 6. Ugakkum avai ugandu ugava anaitum ozhindu uravu gunam miga tunivu pera unarndu diyan kaval yena varithu சகத்தில் ஓர் புகரில்லா தவமறியேன் மதிக்கட்சி நகர்கருணை நாதனை நல் அடைக்கலமாய் அடைந்தேனே. He says, I have come to Kanchi, and Swami Te Perumal is there, Varadaraja Perumal. I have found my refuge in the feet of Kanchi, Varadaraja Perumal, Te Perumal, he says. Kachi na Kanchi, Kachi. So he's saying, Ugakkum avai ugandu. First important thing for Sharanagati is, real Sharanagati is, Anukulyasya sankalpa. From now on, if you want to really understand Sharanagati, imagine you are 200 years back listening to me. Because I'm going to talk a dharmam, which is called a Pativrata dharmam, and that is the example best suited for this. And you have to imagine this human society, which is say 400 years back in India. Then you can understand what I'm saying. If I use this example in today's context, example will create more trouble than the actual principle exemplified by the example, you see. So there is something called Pativrata dharma. When a girl is married to the bridegroom's family, generally the girl does not know the bridegroom properly. Those days, she doesn't, many times, there is no photo and all, 500 years back. She doesn't even know whom she is going to get married to. But she knows one thing, that her father, who has taken care of her right from childhood, nourished her, showered his affection on her, she trusts his decision. And she knows my father would certainly find the correct match for me to make sure that my future is taken. And when the father connects this family with the groom's family, she gets married to the groom. The moment she gets married to the groom, those days, Pativrata dharma means this girl who is married to the groom starts adapting her way of life, her perspective, her viewpoint, everything as per the pati or the pati devata whom she is married to. And whatever he likes, she wants to do. And whatever he dislikes, she will immediately eschew. And what the pati likes, if the patini does it, it's called anukulyasya sankalpam, which means anukulam, that which is pleasing to my pati, that which is pleasing to the one whom I'm married to, I shall completely adopt that as my perspective, as my viewpoint, as my behavior. No. And pratikulyasya varjanam, that which displeases him, that which does not give any pleasure to him, I shall totally eschew, I shall totally bundle it out. I shall never do that. Rakshishyati iti vishwasaha. Rakshishyati iti vishwasaha means that from now on, he will take care of me. Now I don't have to worry about me at all. It is his responsibility to take care of me. Is rakshishyati iti drida vishwasaha. Gotriptva varanam tata. Actually, Gotripta Varanam means in those days, if you are a Kshatriya girl, you have the power to choose whom you will garland. Obviously, she would want a person or a husband who has courage, who is handsome, who has great qualities, and also excellent affection to take care of her for the rest of her life. So she chooses an apt person who fits all these qualities so that she is taken care by that person. Likewise, Go Triptva Varanam, the one whom is going to protect me, I am now taking him as my protector. Atma Nikshepam, then I offer Manam, Vak, Kayam, my speech, my body, my mind, everything is offered as surrender. Karpanye, and then I wouldn't put any sadhan, I wouldn't put any effort to be what I am, because I solely rely only on the kripa or the affection of the person who is protecting me. Karpanya. And I would be called Nishkinchana. I don't know anything. What are you doing nowadays? Nothing. I'm just serving. That's all. When you imagine this to be with Bhagavan and the jiva, this is what is called Sharanagati. Bhagavan has given us Shastras. Bhagavan says what he likes. And doing karma because it is Krishna Prityartham, not because of any other thing, not because I'm afraid of Papa, not because I am greedy for Punyam. I am doing it because Anukulyasya Sankalpam. That which gives Preeti to Bhagavan Sri Krishna only I will do. Why? Because I have surrendered to him. Anukulyasya Sankalpam. That which does not, that which Krishna does not like, I shall never do. I won't even touch it. I won't even think about it. Pratikulyasya Varjanam. And Rakshishyati. When my Bhagavan Sri Krishna is there, my Bhagavan will take care of me. And having the faith that Bhagavan will totally take care of me. Vishwasa, 100%. Gotrutve Varanam, only picking that person who is capable of protecting me. You see, just because somebody appears to have tremendous strength, if we go and fall at their feet, they themselves need to fall at somebody's feet. I need to fall at the feet of somebody who is real, as per Shastra's Purusha. Purusha, the one who is not dependent on anybody, the one who is Parama Purusha, the one who has the capability to protect me, the one who has an absolute relationship to protect me, and one who has the heart to protect me. So I actually choose Parama Purusha, Purushottama, Bhagavan, to protect me because he has the capability to protect me. It's called Gotrutve Varanam. That is what is his quality. And Atma Nikshepam, once I surrender, I have given my all to him. Nothing is mine. And there is no I, including me, and what I used to think is mine, everything is offered. Dhana, Dara, Griha, Preshtan, Laukiki, Vaidehi, Kriya, Nimedayami, Sarvasva, Bhavena, Purushottama. I've given everything to you. Is Atma Nikshepa. And Karpanyam. Karpanyam means absolute humility. Understanding that who am I? I'm nothing. Trinadapi Sunichayana. Tarorapi Sahishnuna. Because I feel very humble, my entire burden of protecting is not going to be with my efforts, but solely by the kripa of Bhagavan. You see? And that's what is called Karpanyam. And once all these are complete, it is called a complete Sharanagati. The beauty is, even if we start like Arjuna with an Alpa Sharanagati, because when our Arjuna surrendered to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he already decided, I won't fight. He kept his bow down. He kept his arrows down. He said, I won't fight. Now I surrender to you. Now this is surrender only, but it is not total surrender. It is a complete Sharanagati only when I just go by what my Lord wants. I don't want to finish my judgment, my decision, and then tell, no, I surrender to you, but I won't do this. Then it's not a complete surrender. This is called Alpa Sharanagati. But the beauty with Bhagavan is, he ensures that we'll have the company of a Mahatma, company of a Guru, so that slowly the Guru makes even Alpa Sharanagati as a Purna Sharanagati and offers us to Bhagavan Sri Krishna's feet. Here, you find not exactly a total Sharanagati to start with Sugrivan himself. When Sugriva Maharaja sent Hanumanji, because first Ramachandra Prabhu only looks at Sugriva Maharaja. It is Ramachandra Prabhu who is coming in search of Sugriva Maharaja. And the excuses Kabandan said, he said, who said, all that is fine. But he is the one who is coming in search. That is the principle. As per Kathopanishad, as per our Shastra, Bhakti Shastra also, the first call for divinity comes only from Bhagavan. We cannot create that liking or this attachment or this direction towards divinity on our own accord. And it is said, Kenapi punya leshena. What punya? I don't know. Some punya, I don't know. But it's rather better to think that it is Bhagavan's Abhyaja Krupa that he somehow cast his eyes on me. And the first call comes from Bhagavan. That's why Ramachandra Prabhu was the first one to actually see Sugriva, saying, see, Sugriva is out there. And then Sugriva also saw Ramachandra Prabhu. Hanumanji saw both of them. And Sugriva luckily had Hanumanji with him. And that is the beauty of having a Bhagavata, a Guru, who would constantly encourage. When Sugriva was penniless, our Hanumanji used to say, Maharaja, Maharaja, Maharaja. No, Maharaja. He is sitting on top of Rishyamukha mountain, afraid of every passing Vanara. Yanda koranga pathalum bhayam. You see? And he would always suspect, this must be Vali's spy. So let me hide. And he will hide into the den. Our Anjaneya Swami will wait outside and then tell him, Maharaja, it is not a spy. It is just another Vanara taking a morning walk. Please come out. Then he will come out slowly. That was his state. But look at the faith Hanumanji had on Sugriva. Even Sugriva didn't have that faith. But Hanumanji had that faith. Adhadan Guru. And so he kept on saying, don't worry, times will change. There will be a turn in tide. And you shall be the Maharaja. You'll get back all that you lost. Somebody to constantly reinforce Hanumanji. And what happened? By Hanumanji's grace, he got everything back. He got everything back. He got his kingdom back. He was no longer afraid of anybody. He got his family back. He got his royal living back. He got his peace back. He got his joy back. How? Guru Sangha. That is what a Guru always does. So even though our Sugriva's surrender to our Ramachandra Prabhu was fraught with doubts, when our Hanumanji said, this is Ramachandra Prabhu, he is the one who is going to take us across this sea of misery. Our Sugriva said, are you sure? He himself seems to be going here and there. He himself has lost his kingdom, etc. And when Ramachandra Prabhu promises that he can vanquish Vali, he's being tested not once, twice. And Ramachandra Prabhu decided, Guru has shown this fellow to me, and Guru has brought this connection between Sugriva and me in front of this Agni. And so our Ramachandra Prabhu decided, come what may, I shall not let this Sugriva go. Dosho yatyapi. Even if there is some problems, even if this Sugriva is not sticking on to Sharanagati 100%, because of Hanumanji with Sugriva, he ensured that this bond between Sugriva and Ramachandra Prabhu was never broken or never dented. Guru constant, making it a complete Sharanagati. And that is the beauty of Sharanagati. So the most important part of Sharanagati is Vishwasam. Dhrida Vishwas, complete faith. There is a wonderful Acharyas walk. Dhrida Vishwasamna, see the meaning from our Purva Acharya. Tvayi rakshati rakshakaihi kimanyaihi Tvayi cha arakshati rakshakaihi kimanyaihi Iti nischita dhihi Shrayami nityam nrihare Bhagavati tatashrayam tvam. He's saying, Tvayi rakshati rakshakaihi kim anyaihi. If you decide to actually protect me, if you decide that you shall be my protector, why should I look at anybody else? But if for some reason, Tvayicha arakshati, but for some reason you have decided I won't protect you, what is the point in me looking at somebody else? Because if I can be protected, only you can protect me. If you decided that I won't protect you, nobody else in this universe can protect me. So for me, you are my only refuge. I won't look at anybody else. Iti nischita dihi shrayami nityam. With this clarity in my mind, I shall constantly take refuge under your holy feet. Drihare Bhagavati tatashrayam tvam Drihare. Hey Drihare, in this banks of Bhagavati, which is again in Kanchipuram, I have completely taken refuge under your feet. It's called Dhrida Vishwas. And then comes Karpanya. Karpanya means knowing that me as a person has no capability to protect myself spiritually. And so I have completely surrendered to you and to you alone. If you ask me, do you deserve my grace? Answer is, don't even ask that question. Absolutely no. And here in Stotaratnam, Shri Alavandar shows that state of Nishkinchanan, Karpanya. Na dharmanishtosmi, na cha atmavedhi, na bhaktimam swaccharanaravindein. Akinchano ananyagatihi sharanya tvat padamulam sharanam prapadye. I surrender unto you. Hey Bhagavan Vasudeva Narayana, I surrender unto you. But you may ask, what do I deserve your protection? No. Na dharmanishtosmi. Neither am I a person who follows dharma properly. I don't even have nishtha. Somebody may have nishtha and because of constraints they may not follow dharma, but I am not even that. Na dharma nishtosmi. Na cha atma vedi. At least if I know what is my jivatma swarupa, etc., at least then maybe I have a chance to be protected. But I don't have any jnana. And na bhakti mam swacharanar. Even at least I should have bhakti. I don't have devotion to your wonderful lotus feet also. Neither do I have vairagyam, na dharmanishthosmi, nor do I have jnanam, na cha atma vedi, and neither do I have bhakti, devotion to your lotus feet. Na bhakti mam swaccharanara vinde. Who are you? Akinchano. I have nothing to say that something is positive as my possession or my quality. Nothing is positive. Ananya gati. I have no other gati. And you alone, Sharanya, He Prabhu, the one who gives refuge. Vatpada Moolam Sharanam Prapadye. I have completely fallen flat at your feet because I don't have any quality. I don't have any capability. I don't have any tapas. I don't have any devotion. I don't have any jnanam. I have no other go. But your feet alone says a Mahapurusha, a great Acharya Purusha. This is the So if you have surrendered to a deity, you have to have all these six elements perfectly shining. If something is low and something is high, Bhagavan over time somehow corrects it. And at least he will give us antima smaranam and teshamaham samuddartam mrityu samudgo. I will take care. Or if he will do aham smarami madbhaktam nayami paramam gatim. or he will do smaranam during our last minute, even if we are caught in a coma and we are not able to remember Krishna Nam, Rama Nam, Krishna Rupam, Rama Rupam, or at least Krishna Padam, Rama Padam na, aham smarami. However, Varaha Perumal says that I shall remember him and give him the highest padam. Vaikuntham, I'll take care. Why? Because of the love he has for people who have surrendered. More than people who say, I'll take care of myself. Bhagavan loves people who completely surrender and trust his grace and live a beautiful life of a prapannan. And beautiful life of a prapannan means what? Doing what Ramachandra Prabhu wishes and avoiding what Ramachandra Prabhu wouldn't like in us, and constantly having Drida Vishwasam, and Karpanya, absolute humility, and not counting our capabilities as capabilities, but understanding this is costless kripa. And the kripa I want. See, Karanamatra kripa, Nirvyaja kripa, Ahituki kripa. And Ahituki kripa only Bhagavan can do. So that is what is Karpanya. And Gotripta Varnam means hold on to that Bhagavan, Paramatma, who has that independence to do all that. Other deities are not having independence to give us moksha. Other deities, Brahma ke moksha kadayadu, you see. And so we go and surrender to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Narayanam Sharanagati. Once you do that, Bhagavan says he belongs to me. But how do we do that Sharanagati? Another great Acharya Purusha, Manavala Mahamunigal Acharya Purusha. He says, even when I do that Sharanagati to Bhagavan, how do I do that Sharanagati? Acharyamana, he has given us a lovely work called Yatiraja Vimshati, which talks about the greatness of Yatiraja. Shankara Jayanti varum, Ramanuja Jayanti is in the corner. Kalatrayepi karanakatraya nirmitati papakriyasya sharano bhagavat kshamaiva sacha tvayaiva kamala ramane artita syat kshemaha sayeva hi yatindra bhavat shritanam. He says Kalatrayepi. Acharya Purushas are doing this prayer for us. He says, with three karanas, with body, with vak, and with my mind, I have been doing atitani. There are countless papa only I am doing. Not now. Three kalam. Kalatrayepi. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. This is what is my nature. Papa kriyasya. Yet I know I have to surrender to you. Sharanam. To whom do I surrender? I can't surrender to your right hand. ஏன்னா சக்கரம் எந்த தைரியத்துல நான் சக்கரத்தை போய் சங்கம்னா ஞானம் முடியலையே. There is only one thing I can surrender. Let me go to your lotus feet and surrender. Na, even that I feel may not help me. There is only one thing I surrender to, which is your heart, which has tolerance. Ponapur, Karuna. And you have that Karuna Devi in your heart. Na? To that Kshama, to that Karuna, I am surrendering to. And even then, he says, even that Karuna will not look at me with Karuna unless, hey, Yatindra, Bhagavat Ramanujacharya, Yatindra. When only Yatiraja decides to look at us with Karuna, then Bhagavan will be compassionate towards us. And the Karuna Devi, the Kshama Devi in Bhagavan's heart will also be very conducive towards us. And so he is saying, I am taking refuge unto you, Yatindra, because only you can recommend me to the lotus feet of Maharanyam. This is what is called through a guru, through Acharya, you doing Vijnapanam to be accepted with Bhagavan's feet. And only an Acharya does what is called as Purushakara. To take us, Bhagavan is completely enchanted by the qualities of an Acharya Purushana. So whatever the Acharya says, Bhagavan won't even judge anything. Okay. Purushakaram. And when we want to surrender to Bhagavan, When we truly want to surrender to Bhagavan, we need to stand at the door of Bhagavan and pray to him, send somebody to recommend for me. Bhagavan will send a guru, and the guru will recommend to Bhagavan. And hence, Bhagavan, taking the recommendation of a guru, will take us. This is Sharanagati Shastra. And this is what exactly fits the complete Vibheeshana Sharanagati. Every element of what we just heard is going to fit with what happens with our Anjaneya Swami and Vibheeshana Swami, to connect our Vibheeshana Swami to the feet of our Ramachandra Prabhu. And that's why our Brahmaji also tells us, what is this Sharanagati? In Brahmastuti, Tatteno kampam susamikshamano bunjana yevatma kritam vipakam krit vag vapubher vidhadan namaste jiveta yo mukti pade sadaya bhag. He's saying, you moksha is assured. Bhagavan Kayet Bote has given assurance in the appointment letter for moksha. For who? For a person who actually doesn't want it. What do you want then? I just want to live in this world constantly. Anukampam su samikshama. Expecting. Expecting your kripa 24/7 is the state of a prapanna or a sharanagata. One who has taken Sharanagati, one who is a Sharanagatan. What does he do? Constantly thinking and expecting Bhagavat Kripa. He lives eagerly looking forward to Bhagavan's grace. And what he does is, whatever is his karma pala, he doesn't care. Unattached, whatever positive comes, accepted, whatever negative comes, accepted. But the heart, which is the mind, the vak, which is the speech, and the body, all the three karanas are offered to Bhagavan. This is Atma Nikshepam, means with my vak I shall constantly chant your name, Vachika Sharanagati. With my body, I shall completely fall at your feet. This is called Kayika Sharanagati. And then with the mind, I shall always say Sharanam Prapadye, Sharanam Prapadye. And constantly thinking about Bhagavan, his gunam, his wonderful compassion, his names, his forms, and with tremendous gratitude, you have accepted me, you have accepted me. This is what is the life of a person who has already surrendered or who is in the path of surrender. Tattenu kampam susamikshamani. Expecting kripa pannuvar. Without vishwasam can we expect kripa? If there is even an iota of doubt, how can we do tattenu kampam susamikshamanaha? Not possible. And so that complete vishwasam will make the person who has surrendered to joyfully expect the grace of Bhagavan, not with fear, not with insecurity or unsurety. Why he expect? And that's what our Vibheeshana heart is right now. He's just going to start from Lanka. Ravana kicked him out. And in spite of it, our Vibheeshana did not use even one word of judgment. He did not use even one word of condemnation to his brother. He went on pointing only to his act. Ravaneshwara, Rakshasendra, what you have done is not right. It's not dharma. Let us return back Sita Mata. That's all he was saying. He was not personally attacking Ravana at all. Like, why? If he starts personally attacking the brother, he knows Ramachandra Prabhu won't like it. And unless he actually convinces him on the dharma, Ramachandra Prabhu will certainly not like it. So he is already living a life or preparing himself for Sharanagati. And now the final act came by Kala Choditaha for Ravana, Deva Choditaha for Vibheeshana. Kala Chodita for Ravana, because his end is going to come. So Yamadharma Raja notunu that for Vibheeshana, Ramarva. You see? So it's Deva Chodita. And that's why Purandaradasar very beautifully sings, ಯಮನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಡ, ಹೇಳಬೇಡ ಯಮನೇ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನು ಸಂದೇಹವೇನ, ಯಮನೇ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನು ಸಂದೇಹವೇ. ಕಾಣನನ್ನು ಕೇಳಬೇಡ, ಯಮನೇ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನು ಸಂದೇಹವೇನ. ನಂಬಿನ ವಿಭೀಷಣಗೆ ರಾಮನಾದ, ನಂಬಿದ ರಾವಣಗೆ ಯಮನಾದ, ಕಾಣಲೆಂದು ಹೇಳಬೇಡ, ಯಮನೇ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನು ಸಂದೇಹವೇ. Very beautifully, the same Ramachandra Prabhu, through his servant called Kalan, has did the prerana of Ravana to kick Vibheeshana out. And directly for Vibheeshana, Deva Chodita. It is Bhagavan who is calling Vibheeshana, come. It has time has come for you to come and attain my feet. You see? And now Vibheeshana has gone up. Utpapata Antarikshagata Shriman. And along with 4 other ministers, he went above in the mid-air. And now he is going to go for one muhurtam. He is going to attain Ramacharanam. He is going to cross the ocean in one muhurta, 48 minutes. One muhurta, not even 1 hour. And at that point of time, our Tulsidas Goswami very beautifully picturizes his heart. He is saying, Dekhi haun jayi charana jala jata, aruna mrudula sevaka sukhadata, je pada parasi tari rishi nari, dandaka kanana pavanakari, je pada janaka sudamurulaye, kapata kuranga sangdhardaye, hara ur sar saroja pad jeyi, अहो भाग्य में देखूं तेरी, अहो भाग्य में देखूं तेरी. He's saying, on reaching there, I'm going to behold this wonderful lotus feet of our Ramachandra Prabhu, which is Arunam, which is going to be reddish in the souls. It is going to be so soft. And that which gives tremendous joy to devotees, that Ramacharanam, I'm going to attain finally in my life, in just a few minutes. I'm going to see that wonderful lotus feet of Ramachandra Prabhu, whose dust purified a Rishi Patni called Ahalya and made her pure again. That lotus feet of Ramachandra Prabhu, I'm going to attain today after all these trials and tribulations. That lotus feet, which actually purified the Dandaka forest. That lotus feet, which is constantly embraced by our Janaki Mata, and that lotus feet which chased even a delusive deer, Maya Man, knowing very well it is Maya, out of the tremendous love he had for Janaki Mata. And that lotus feet, which is the lovely pair of lotuses in the lake of Paramashiva's heart itself. That lotus feet of Ramachandra Prabhu, I'm going to see. And he's saying, Aho bhagya mein dekhu teri. I'm going to actually see it. I can't believe my fortune, Ramachandra Prabhu. Sri Rama Sharanam Mama. And he started going. And then he said, Rama, your kripa is unimaginable. To your own brother, even your own brother could not constantly hold your feet. You blessed him with padukas only. But for this Rakshasa, for this Adama, for this Nicha, for this totally undeserving wicked fellow, you are going to give your lotus feet here. What can I talk about your incomparable mercy? And he is saying, that is the beauty of Ramachandra Prabhu's charanam. Jin panya ke padukan hi bharatu raghe man lai te pada aju bilo ki hain hai nayana hi ab jai. That wonderful lotus feet, which is not Nayana Gocharam for Bharata Rishi, for the Bharata Maharaja, you gave only Padukas to him. And that feet which needs to adorn our Bharata Paduka, I'm going to see with my lotus eyes. And that is the bhagyam I have. I can't even believe this, he says. And then he comes there. As soon as he comes there, Vanaras also see our Vibheeshana coming. Tammeru shikarakaram deeptamiva shatakritam gaganastam mahistastehe dadrishuhu vanaradipaka. When they started from Lanka itself, all the Vanaras, hey, look here, some Rakshasa is coming, 5 of them are coming. And staying where they are constantly watching now, they are in the watch out. All the Vanaras are now bent upon protecting our Ramachandra Prabhu should be safe. Our Ramachandra Prabhu should be, purpose should be fulfilled. And with that one pointed devotion, they are doing this Kainkarya, they saw this. And they, the Drushuhu, all of them saw. All of them were alert, it seems. And then they saw that it appeared as if our Vibheeshana Alvar was like a flash of lightning in the sky, like a person who is escaping from a burning house and falling into the cool waters of a divine lake. Our Vibheeshana Alvar is jumping out from Sri Lanka to come to the feet of Ramachandra Prabhu. Yeah. Here it is said, our Vibheeshana Alvar was called Meru Shikarakaram. Meru Shikaram means, generally they say, na, Meru Samana Dhira. Only Ramachandra Prabhu is called Menu Shamara Dhira. And Ramachandra Prabhu's Seshi, he belongs to Ramachandra Prabhu. So they added Meru Shikara Karam. When somebody is belong to something, we add Akaram thing. So our Vibheeshana Alvar, who belongs to Meru Shikara Karam, Meru Shikaram, which is our Ramachandra Prabhu, Vibheeshana Alvar is Meru Shikara Karam, is coming and finally attaining his surrender at Ramachandra Prabhu's feet. He started the journey. Meru means being firm. Meru Shikaram means being really firm. A mountain never ever gives up its stance. Come what may, rain or shine, snow or drought, greatest of all the storms, the mountain will stay where it is now. Likewise, Ramachandra Prabhu will stand by his dharma, come what may. And even during tempestuous times, Ramachandra Prabhu will hold on to his dharma. So he is Meru Shikaram. And Vibheeshana Alvar is also going to hold on to his dharma, which is to surrender to Ramachandra Prabhu, Meru Shikara Karam. In spite of all the oppositions from great Parama Bhagavatas who are serving Ramachandra Prabhu, he is not going to give up his plea to be accepted under the feet of Ramachandra Prabhu's shadow. You see? And that is the reason why he is also Meru Shikara Karam. And Ramachandra Prabhu, in spite of all these suggestions given by people around him, is not going to budge an inch. And he has already decided, whoever comes and falls at my feet shall be given refuge. Both are Meru Shikaram, Meru Shikara Karam. Sharanagata Vatsalan, and this is Sharanagathan. Both of them sticking to their dharma. Sugriva also sees. He started, looking very intently, and he has a long neck, it seems. He stretched his neck in deep, Sugriva.
Tam Atma Panchamam Drishtva Sugrivo Vanaradipaha Vanare Sahadurdarshaha Chintayamasa Buddhimani. Sugriva saw it. At that point of time, they were all engaged in protecting Ramachandra Prabhu. And our Sugriva was also actively doing that kainkariam. He didn't just delegate, he was also there. And he also saw it. Sugriva saw it. And in spite of he being Buddhiman, Acharyas are saying Buddhiman means he can actually see somebody and he can see the way in which somebody is approaching to understand their intent without any doubt. Such was his clarity in reading people. But that Sugriva is going to absolutely misread Vibheeshana, because the tremendous love and attachment he had for Ramachandra Prabhu and for the purpose of Ramachandra Prabhu and for safety of Ramachandra Prabhu overshadowed even his buddhi. Such was his love, such was his attachment to Rama Kainkariya. Just like how Lakshmana Swami doubted even Bharatana. Bharadwaja Rishi doubted Bharata. Nobody understood Bharata's heart except Ramachandra Prabhu. Bhagavan. Only he can understand what is the real intent of a devotee. Even if the whole world thinks otherwise, Bhagavan knows, Guru knows. Only these two know. Here, Chintayitva Muhurtantu Vanaran Stan Uvachaha Hanumath Pramukhan Sarvan Idam Vachanam Uttamam. And immediately all these little Vanaras started taking thrones and started pelting stones on him, saying, Rakshasa, kill him. Some of them even uprooted trees and ready to fight our Vibheeshana. Everybody is ready. And seeing this little, seeing this little vacillation around, our Sugriva immediately called for a meeting. And who was the number one counsel in the meeting? No, Hanuman. Not others. Because whenever Sugriva was in trouble, he will take counsel only from Hanuman. இந்த மாதிரி விஷயத்தெல்லாம் வேற யாரும் நம்ப கூடாது. Hanumath. Chintayitva. He looked at him and then he understood he is not an ambassador and he is not even a spy. He is clearly come here to attack us, because a spy won't come as group and an ambassador won't come with a gada in his hand. And here is 5 people having various implements of war and standing out there. So he already made up his mind that here he has come to actually attack Ramachandra Prabhu. He's saying, Uttama. He's going to talk in Uttama's tone. He's going to talk very, very exemplary words now. And our Sugriva said, the moment we have love towards somebody, what happens is we forget the greatness of the person whom we love. The love will overshadow that. And because of the attachment to that person, even the small weakness is somebody would be very threatening for us. So our Sugriva, out of his tremendous friendship and love towards Ramachandra Prabhu, looked at him and he got a little disturbed. And he's going to tell all these people what we need to do. So everybody came there. Sugriva came to a conclusion. Yesha sarva yudhopetaha. Look at him. He has brought all the implements of war. All he brought was only a gada, a mace. But because his mind was already disturbed, he has brought all implements of war. Here our Valmiki is picturizing the disturbance in a Buddhisattama's heart. Avlo lava, avlo attachment. And yesha sarva yudhopetaha. Not only one, 4 of them also he has brought. Chaturbihi saha rakshasehi. Rakshasho abhyetihi pashyadvam asman hantum na samshaya. No, there is amount of monkeys and bears and all that people out there is like a big ocean. And there are only 5 people here. And you know what he's saying? All these 5 people are going to completely destroy all of us. How na? If they somehow harm Ramachandra Prabhu, all of us are gone. So my prana is not here, your prana is not here. All our prana is there in Ramachandra Prabhu. Na? If anything happens to Ramachandra Prabhu, all of us are dead. Na samshaya. When you are disturbed, you all actually come to a perfect conclusion wrongly. Na? So na samshaya has come only to kill, because he says, I don't have samshaya, because generally ambassadors come alone. And generally, if somebody has come to surrender and are seeking help, they won't come with a weapon in their hand. So this chap has come with an evil intention of harming our Ramachandra Prabhu. So let us all finish him before he finishes us all. If he does something to us and Ramachandra Prabhu is intact, then nothing will happen to us. If something happens to Ramachandra Prabhu, even if we are physically alive, we are all equivalent to be dead. Immediately, Sugrivasya vacha shrutva sarvete vanaro tamaga salan udhyamya shailancha idam vachanam abhruvandi. So they brought big rocks, they brought big trees, sala vrikshams, ready to throw on Vibheeshana. Now what did Vibheeshana said? With this Anjali Mudra, Vibheeshana is standing, Antariksham, just standing, because he is looking at all of them and he sees all are Bhagavatas. If I die in my attempt to surrender to our Ramachandra Prabhu in the hands of Bhagavata, so be it. I won't resist. And the Baba. And all these people said, Shigram Vyadishano Rajanni Vadayesha Duratmana. We will kill this evil fellow. Give us an order. Look at the discipline of all the Vanaras. In spite of all of them deciding is evil, they expect a word of order coming from their Raja. The beauty of that Vanara Sena. Nipadantu Hruta Yavat Dharanyam Alpate Jashaha Sikram. Without, if we do, we want to finish him off right now, but if you do it without your order, then it's a dosha. Ramachandra Prabhu won't like it. So please tell us one word and we'll finish him off. You see? And everybody is ready now. And then, Uvacha. Now somebody is going to speak. Our Vibheeshana Alvar is going to speak. Uvacha cha mahapragyaha. Nyayavadi only in Lanka. Nyayavadi. Now he has come to Rama's place. So now who is this Vibheeshana? Mahapragyaha. Svarena mahata mahani. Sugrivam tamscha samprekshya. Kastaha yeva Vibheeshana. He stood there, it seems. He stood there in the air without moving here and there. And then he started speaking. He said, Uvacha. Ade periya step. You see, the moment you come to the place of Ramachandra Prabhu, that is more than enough for all your prayers to be answered. If I have to open my mouth and again speak, it is one step clear. So he is saying, yeah, just coming here itself is enough for me. Ramachandra Prabhu will accept me. Apart from that, I shall speak also. Now, assured that Ramachandra Prabhu will not forsake me. Mahapragyaha. Very beautifully, they give gradations of Mahapragya. Pragya means one who is intelligent in his decision and also in execution. Adam Pragya. Agnya is a person who understands what needs to be left, what needs to be embraced. What should I do? What should I not do? What are the values I have to take? What are the values I should not take? We just know it. It is called Agnya. And then Prajnaha means the one who chucks out and eschews values which are not conducive for our spiritual flowering. And then understanding what needs to be actually embraced is Prajnan. If we actually leave what needs to be eschewed and actually show up of that which is conducive to us, Mahaprajna. So here he has left Dussangam. He has come and stood before our Ramachandra Prabhu, Mahaprajnam. And he also has understood, how do I get Ramachandra Prabhu's protection? All I need to do is I have to hold on to his lotus feet. He knows the upayam and he knows what needs to be left and he knows what needs to be embraced. Mahaprajna. And then Swarena Mahata. He spoke in such Dina Swaram. He spoke in such tones of karunya, compassion, that which evokes compassion, such sorrowful tones that even a casual walker there would have been moved by his words. It seems. Mahan. And he understood, I have to go and surrender at the feet of Ramachandra Prabhu. And Vibheeshana is now speaking. This is where Mahatmas have written commentaries to show how Vibheeshana Alvar's Sharanagati is complete. 5 slokas. First of all, he starts his speech with Ravano nama durvritto rakshasho rakshaseshwaraga tasyaham anujo brata Vibheeshana iti shrutaha. Even before they are asking, he is introducing himself. He is saying, my dosha, yes, I come from such a family which has done a lot of adharma, and I am the brother of Ravana, and my name is Vibheeshana. His name is Ravana because Ravayati Sar Iti Ravana. The one who made everybody cry is this Ravana. He did many of Dharmatmas cry, and such Ravana is my brother. And I tell you my own doshas right now. And let me submit who I am as an introduction. Vibheeshano Nama Dharmatma is what world is saying. That Vibheeshana is Dharmatma. But what Vibheeshana is saying, I am actually the brother of this Ravana who made Dharmatma's cry. And he's saying that this is the way a person who wants to get Sharanagati would be humble. It's called Karpanyam, Naichyanusandanam. And he is not the person who says, I have come here to surrender to Ramachandra Prabhu. You all leave. You tell me I have come. I will talk to Ramachandra Prabhu directly. No, his humility is, if I get anybody to give me refuge, anybody associated with Ramachandra Prabhu, please take me to him. Because I don't want to disrespect you all. You are all great Bhagavatas. So here he is saying, this is my Swarupam, and this is what is called Karpanyam. This is what is called Naichyanusandanam. This is what is the real humility of having tremendous respect to all the Bhagavatas who is serving Ramachandra Prabhu. Then he said, what my brother did, there is no prayashchitam at all. This Sita Mata, who is inseparable from Ramachandra Prabhu, Ananya Raghavenaham Bhaskarena Yatha Prabha, that Sita Mata, he separated her, and then he is keeping her imprisoned with all the Rakshasis guarding her. That Sita Mata was not even seen sunlight, and such is the amount of care and affection which her family has given on her, is now sitting under Ashoka Vanam, under a Simshuba tree, and she is constantly remembering Ramachandra Prabhu. And that Sita Mata, who was happily living in Janasthana, my brother abducted. And Jatayu, who came to protect her, was killed by my brother only. And that Sita Mata, who should be eternally with Ramachandra Prabhu, is imprisoned by my own brother. And so, please, this is my introduction. Karpanyam, you see. And this is what I am. So now there is no other questions to ask him. No other questions to interrogate. He himself opened everything out and said, this is what I am. And then he says, Tamaham hetu birvakyehi vividaischa nyadarshayam sadhu niryatyatam sita ramayeti punah punahare. But now you may ask, what did you do about it? I told him repeatedly. I told him punah punaha. Please take Sita Mata, return it back to Ramachandra Prabhu. These two are inseparable. And again and again, I pleaded, I begged, I fell at the feet of my brother to do the right thing, but to no avail. And he says, I should have immediately come the day he abducted Sita Mata. But what to do? I thought somehow I can convince. After all, he's my brother. But affection of that brother only stopped me from coming the day Sita Mata was abducted. But I was hoping when I tell him Dharma, that he would listen to me and take care of the Dharma there, but he did not. And I tried, hey, to birvakyehi vividaischa, I tried Sama, I tried Vedam, I tried Dhanam also. I tried all this, but nothing worked. Not only that, I also told him, if you somehow return Sita Mata back to Ramachandra Prabhu, don't worry about the consequences. Ramachandra Prabhu won't do anything at all. Satam nipaditam bhumau sharanyaha sharanagatam vadarham apikakustaha kripaya paryapalayat. Even if Ravana did the wrong thing and he deserves to be killed, Raghava will not kill him. He would take care of him. He would accept him. In fact, he may even accept him as his equal. And don't worry, I told all this. But then, what to do? Sacha na pratijagraha ravanaha kala choditaha. Even now, he is not saying Ravana is a nasty fellow. He is saying kala choditaha. It was because that it is time, what to say? Looks like Yamadharma Raja has decided time has come for my brother, and he is now under the influence of Yamadharma Raja. Call him now. And all my words of no avail. And he was giving a lovely example, like when you want to give medicine to somebody who is dying, and if the time of death has come to that person will refuse the medicine also, thinking that I won't die. And I gave him medicine for dharma there, and he's stuck by adharma, and he's going to die very soon. And he said, I'm not an escapist. When he did something wrong, just because I want to do the right thing, I didn't run away from him. I repeatedly tried to convince him. But what to do? In spite of my best efforts, it didn't work well. So he's saying, now, so aham parushitastena dasavacchavamanitaha tyaktva daranscha putranscha ragavam sharanam gataha. Soham. And after I heard these bitter words from him, and when he kicked me out, he treated me like a slave, like a servant. Even then, I persisted. But finally, when he was not even willing to listen, my words fell on deaf ears. What can I do? What I did is, Tyaktva dharascha putrascha. Even though my own wife and my own children were not at fault, because that dharma was at fault in the family, I have even left them behind. I have completely given them up also. And what I am going to do now? Raghavam. I am going to surrender to Raghavam, because he is the one who can give me surrender. He is the one who can accept my surrender. Sharanam gataha. I am going to offer my everything to Raghavan. That's why I am here. So, Tyaktva dharascha putramscha is pratikulyasya varjanam Raghavam. I am going to hold Raghavan as my protector. Our Ramachandra Prabhu as the protector is Gotriptve Varanam, Sharanam Gataha, Atma Nikshepam. So all the 6 wonderful parts of Sharanagati perfectly fell in place for Vibheeshana. Another perfect Sharanagati. And then with tremendous humility, standing there, waiting to be accepted. You see? And our Tulsidas Ji very beautifully sings the heart and the pleading of our Vibheeshana. Kutumbataji
Sharanara Kutumbataji Sharanara Kutumbataji Sharanara
Lank mahal mandir Tajigar lank mahal mandir Naam sunati Kutumbataji Haran Ram
Teriyayo Bari sabha Ravan beto Bari sabha mein Ravan beto Charan prahar chalayo Charan prahar chalayo Murak andh ka yo nahi mane Murak andh ka yo nahi mane Bar bar samjhayo कुटुंबत जीवार भार समझायो कुटुंबत जी शरण राम तेरी आयो आयो रे कुटुंबत जी शरण राम तेरी
Here
आयो.
Vibheeshana Alvar says, completely I eschewed all my family, my house, my country, all the relatives, everything I had, everything I left. I have come here to surrender only up to you. Why? Because there was adharma, and I want to be under the feet of your Ramachandra Prabhu's feet. And so he says this wonderful sloka, which is the refuge for all of us also. Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Raghavaya Mahatmane Nivedayatamam Kshipram Vibheeshanam Upastitam Sarvaloka Sharanyaya. Now Raghava, don't think he belongs only to Ayodhya. He is not the one who belongs only to humans. You monkeys also got refuge under Ramachandra Prabhu, na? He belongs to everybody. He belongs to all pranis. And I am also a part of Sarvam, na? So I also have the right to plead for his refuge. Sarvaloka Sharanyan. Sarvaloka Sharanyan, because Ramachandra Prabhu knows no friend, no enemy. Anybody who comes and takes refuge is accepted. Sarvaloka Sharanyaya. And Sarvaloka Sharanya can only be Bhagavan. So our Vibheeshana Alvar is saying, I know Ramachandra Prabhu is Bhagavan. If I tell it openly, he may not like it. So he's indicating Sarvaloka Sharanyan. Only Bhagavan. Who else can be that? Only Vasudeva can have that epithet. And then he said, he gave Sharanam, Sharanagati. He accepted from Kabanda, Virada, etc. also. Na? They are all Pratikula Sharanagati. I came as Anukula Sharanagati. Sarva Loka Sharanyaya. For protecting the Sharanagati done by Rishis, what all our Ramachandra Prabhu did. Now all he needs to do is just nod his head and make me stand somewhere behind him. So Sarva Loka Sharanyaya. The same Ramachandra Prabhu who descended because Devas did Sharanagati in Balagandam. So that Ramachandra Prabhu, I seek refuge. And this poor fellow seeks refuge under the feet of Ramachandra Prabhu. Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Raghavaya is reminding Raghavaya, the one who comes from Raghukulam. In Raghukulam, nobody has ever said no to a person who comes and takes refuge. Take Sibi Maharaja, take Alarka. Alarka was ready to give his eyes because somebody surrendered to him. Our Ramachandra Prabhu comes from such a great lineage. What about a Dushta like Asamanjana? Mahatmaya is saying, na Mahatmane. Our Ramachandra Prabhu is not like that. Na? He is a Mahatma Raghava. And then he says, Mahatmane, the one who would certainly give me that surrender or the abhayam, because he comes from that lineage. Nivedayata. That's the beauty of Vibheeshana Alvar. He understands Shastras. Na? So he goes there and says, Nivedayata, it is my plea, it is my appeal. Some of you, one of you, please, why don't you go and tell Raghavan that, Vibheeshana, a Rakshasa, a Nicha, a Adama, yet he has come for refuge. If one of you can go tell Raghavan, I am 100% sure that our Ramachandra Prabhu will accept me, but I want one of you to go. Why? Na? He understands that it is through a Bhagavata and through a Purushakaram only we should approach Bhagavan, not directly. So he's requesting, is there anybody out here who would talk on my behalf and tell Vibheeshana Alvar is here? And let him be accepted. And he's appealing to the entire Bhagavata Goshti there. And he's saying, Mam Kshipram. Please do it quickly. He is now on fire now. He's saying, as if I have escaped from a house of fire, I have come here. Somebody please quickly go and appeal on my behalf. And instead of, he knows Hanumanji, specifically asking everybody, is generally asking because he didn't want to choose the messenger to Bhagavan. It is Bhagavan who has to choose who is my messenger, will take me there. Who am I to choose a guru here? So generally a prayer it will go to our Raghava, our Ramachandra Prabhu's ears, and his heart will do the prerana of somebody to connect me now. We don't go around choosing a guru. Yeah. So he was in that state where he's saying, Upastitaha. Upastitaha means I'm still Nadu Rodun Solron. He was not even standing here. He was standing Nadu Andarathan. I'm Upastitaha. And very beautifully said, the very fact that I come to the Divya Desham of a Perumal itself is enough for me, because Bhagavan offers surrenders remotely. There was this lake there and some elephant shouted, Adi Mulame, Odi Avarvandare. And I have taken far more measures than that. I have come and stood before you here. What a very Vishya. And there was a lady who shouted, Govindan. He did not protect her. And she didn't go to him. Na. She stood where she was and shouted out to Bhagavan. Bhagavan rushed there. Na. What about me? I have come here, and Raghava won't even want me to take so much pains. But I'm coming here. I'm here already. And so please appeal for me. I want to be accepted as a servant, a slave of the Ramachandra Prabhu. I'm here to surrender to him. And here Mahatmas say, Angutren allen. So please immediately take me to Raghavan's charanam. He prays for that. He said, all the Vanaras, if they ask, why don't you straight away go to Raghava? Why are you asking us? He's saying, I know Dharma. Raghavan, our Ramachandra Prabhu, Dharmatmana, he would always want a Purushakara. He would always want somebody to take me to him. Because I have heard, even when Hanumanji came, he didn't directly talk to Hanumanji. He allowed only Lakshmana Swami to talk to Hanumanji. He would look for such dharma protocols. And I also want to go only through the mercy of all you people who are serving our Ramachandra Prabhu. Because if I go through you only, Ramachandra Prabhu will ensure that the refuge is taken care perfectly. And he says, you please nivedayata, and your duty or my request is you explain about me in such a way that Ramachandra Prabhu will get compassion on me. You say, you please tell about me in such a way that Ramachandra Prabhu will have tremendous compassion, mercy on me. For me, Ramachandra Prabhu alone is not my Nata. In fact, all you Bhagavata, Bhakta Sangam itself is my master. And so, you please talk about me. I'm a Dasa, I'm a slave of Ramachandra Prabhu. Tell me about it. And then he says, you please tell Raghavaya, because only if he accepts my surrender, Ramachandra Prabhu's reputation will grow. If he says no to a person who knocked his door, his reputation will also be a little problem. At least for that reason, please take or Tavip, you see. And now, in spite of being Ramachandra Prabhu's Dasas and Bhagavatas, how come they could not understand the intent of Vibheeshana? Because of tremendous attachment they had for Ramachandra Prabhu, they didn't want to take any risk at all. If you are a bodyguard and you look at a person, a bodyguard should always look at it. A bodyguard won't be looking at that person, he'll be looking at everybody else with suspicion only. That is his role. And he is not supposed to err on the positive side. He should always err on the negative side. He should always look at with suspicion. That's my role, to protect my master out here. And all these Vanaras. So they looked at Vibheeshana with perfect suspicion. Sugriva looked at him and then he ran inside. Sugriva was the first person to inform Ramachandra Prabhu. He said, somebody called Vibheeshana has come, Ramachandra Prabhu, and you have to tell whether we need to include him or not. But if you ask my opinion, I'm a friend then. He is equal. Hanumanji will never do that. Dasa Bhavam, he won't let go. Even when Ramachandra Prabhu is embracing, to make sure Ramachandra Prabhu perfunctory hug, you see, he actually embraced him totally. Then only slowly our Hanuman, he wants to be a Dasan. So with tremendous love, he embraced Ramachandra Prabhu only after hesitation. But Sugriva was a friend, so openly he viewed. Etattu vachanam shrutva Sugrivo lagu vikramaha Lakshmanasya agrato ramam samrabdham idam abravit. Immediately he took Lakshmana with his side. Why? Na? He wanted some support. Na? So immediately our Lakshmana and Sugriva went together, and he went and asked, he went and told Ramachandra Prabhu, I think we should not accept him. The reason being, Sugrivo lagu vikramaha. He went like a dash of lightning to Ramachandra Prabhu because he thought Ramachandra Prabhu's heart is very compassionate. He won't look at the defects, etc. of people. And suppose out of compassion he accepts him and he becomes a villain who actually creates a problem inside. We need to stop it. So even before Ramachandra Prabhu decides either way, I should tell my opinion and make sure it is clarified. No, Rama. Yeah. And at the moment Ramachandra Prabhu gives a word, he will stick by it. Careful. He is saying, first of all, I think Vibheeshana Alvar, he was in Ravana's Sabha, he was sent by Ravana. That's what I think. And Ravana is our enemy. And so a brother of the enemy should not be trusted at all. And he says, these people, Rakshasas, are very tricky. And he was thinking, did Ravana not come in the guise of sannyasi and abduct our Sita Mata? What if this fellow is coming in the guise of a person begging for surrender and create problems inside? So don't accept him. And then he told Ramachandra Prabhu, I think he is being sent by our Ravana so that we both are very close now. He may create dissension amongst us. You see? And so let us not accept him. And then he said, I don't think we should accept him. And he should have come when Sita Mata was abducted at that time itself. Why is he coming now? So there is something fishy. Please don't accept him. If you order me, I will finish him. I will fight with him. Don't worry. And then our Ramachandra Prabhu heard Sugriva. And Ramachandra Prabhu's Aviprayam, nobody can guess. Guptartha hiva sagaraha. An ocean has tremendous gems inside, but it won't just throw it. Have you ever seen corals and all coming to the shore? All these little shells, but the real precious gem will be deep inside. Only when it decides when to release, it will. So what Ramachandra Prabhu's mind is, nobody can understand except Anjaneya Swami. So now, after listening to Sugriva Swami, see how beautifully Ramachandra Prabhu is doing. Yaduktam Kabirajena Ravana Varajam Prati Vakyam Hetum Adartam Cha Bhavadbhirapi Tachrutam. He's called everybody and say, this is a mantra alochana. You can all give your opinions what we can do. Sugriva Maharaj, whatever he said, you heard. Now you tell me what you can do. Now see the beauty. If what Sugriva said was what Ramachandra Prabhu also wanted, now would you call for a meeting? So the fact that after Sugriva said that Ramachandra Prabhu wanted everybody's opinion is because of two reasons. First, it's Ramachandra Prabhu's nature not to be authoritative and all that. He will always listen to everybody's opinion and then only give his opinion. That is the beauty of Ramachandra Prabhu's Kalyana Gunam. The second thing is, he's waiting for somebody to say, take Vibheeshana in. He was saying, my heart, I have already given refuge to him internally. But I was hoping if somebody of you would also speak my heart so that I can say, yes, as you said, we'll do it. And he wanted an extra group. Now first Angada came. Kshatroho sakashat sampraptaha. He has come from Shatru. And so all the time we have to be very suspicious with him. And maybe we should try to give him a task and then see how he does it and then take him. And there is a problem in this which our Anjaneya Swami is going to clarify. First, take him in, give him a task, and if he does it properly, then we'll take him in. You see. And then came Jambavan. Jambavan is one of the elders. And they said, this is not the right time. In the kalam sariyillai. Jambavan, no. In the yatamu sariyilla, saguname sariyille. So he's saying he is not come in the right place, in the right time. and he has come in the wrong place, in the wrong time. He should have come long back. He didn't come. So I don't think it's worth accepting him. And then there was a person called Sharaban. You see, he said, we have to send a spy and go around it. What is he doing, etc. That spy should collect as much data points. And then, based on the report from our spy, we can decide. Now, they all sort of realize, once our Sugriva said he should not be taken in, and then there is a discussion. They all said, we have to test, we have to take care, we are not very sure, except Jambavan, our senior. And then, finally, Ramachandra Prabhu Anjaney Swami Samar. Then after listening to everybody, finally, Anjaney Swami, Ramar, he's looking at Anjaney Swami. In a wonderful text called Sankalpa Suryodayam, Vedanta Desika Swami text. In that he is saying, Darpodakra Dashananendriyamano Naktancharadishtite Dehesmin Bhavavarina Parigate Dinam Dashamastitaha Adhyatve Hanumath samena Guruna Prakyapitartaf Pumane Lanka Ruddha Videha Rajatanaya Nyayena Lalabhyate. He is now telling the whole tattva of Ramayana. Ramar yen appo Anjaneyara paakra. Why should Ramar look at Anjaneyar? For a simple reason, our Swamiji is singing, Guru Vendum, Guru Vendum, Guru Vendum, Guru Vendum,
Karanamatra Guru Arul Vendame Vishayam
Jnana
Yogam Kai Kodida Guru Vendum Guru Vendum Asithigal Mayangadirka Guru Vendum Guru Vendum
Guru Vendum. And we generally think Guru is required only for jiva. Actually, even Paramatma needs a Guru. To get this jiva to his feet, not only do we need Guru, Ramachandra Prabhu also needs a Guru to at least recommend you. So the Guru Vendum song is for both sides, you see. So Ramachandra Prabhu Hanumara Pata. And he looked at everybody and then looked at Hanumanji. Hanumanji odane basic samarka. Then Ramachandra Prabhu is asking Anjaneya Swami, Anjaneyare, what is your abhiprayam? And inga, I just told you a lovely shloka of Swami Desikanna, Purvacharya. He's saying the entire Ramayanam is a Prapatti Shastra. And not only that, it also is a Tattva Shastra. Tattvamak solra. The same Grantha can be seen in Dharmamum Pakala. It can be seen as a Shastram for other spiritual paths. It can be seen in Tattvam. It can be seen as a Rasam also. Bhagavad Gunathika Rasam. Philosophy or whatever is the Amnayam to understand that Tattva. And to understand how do we run our day-to-day life with do's and don'ts, Dharma. All the three are there. Tattva Pata, one way of looking is this Ravana has 10 heads. These 10 heads are the 10 Indriyas or the sense organs we have. 5 Karmendriya, 5 Jnanendriya. And Ravana stands for Rajasa Gunam. Kumbhakarna stands for Tamasa Gunam. Vibheeshana stands for Sattva Gunam. Sita Devi is the Jivan in this model. Our Ramachandra Prabhu is the Paramatma. And then there is this Mayam. Mayam na Mayajal. You see? And this Maricha as a Mayik man comes there. And then because the Jivan Abhiramam Ramam is there. Sita saw the deer Abhiramam. Which 1 second. We heard Bhagavatam, the moment you take your eyes off Paramatma, you are caught in Maya. To play this drama, these two will decide to make sure that this also gets this interpretation. And so Sita Mata for a second did a little Leela of Abhiramam. She saw that golden deer
The moment she took the eyes off Ramachandra Prabhu, she was separated by Dasanana. Indriyangal ilthinu poiduchu. You see? And Lanka is samsaram. Ashokavanam is our samsara sagarathila irukkudiya oru normal worldly kudumba vaalkai. And constantly being bothered by Rakshasas or the various worldly troubles we have. And this Dasanana, this Ravana is trying again and again to entice that jiva. If we can, in spite of being around Rakshasa, in spite of being in samsara, in spite of being entreated by the 10 Indriyas, stick to where we originally belong to, Rama, 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 Ramana, even that Vanam will become an Ashoka Vanam. It is just a matter of time. 10 months now, we all know that is a cycle of birth, etc. So once she was imprisoned there, and like Sita Mata, we should actually feel the pangs of separation to be reunited with Paramatma, with our Bhagavan. Here, Valmiki shows not only is Sita Mata crying for Ramachandra Prabhu, did Ramachandra Prabhu not cry for Sita Mata? In fact, the chapters which described Ramachandra Prabhu's pangs of longing and separation from Sita Mata and his tremendous aspiration to be reunited with Sita Mata far supersedes even Sita Mata's crying out here. Both of them want to be reunited. But Sita Mata is arrested here. Ramachandra Prabhu is elsewhere. That's when you need a bridge between these two people longing for connection again. And that bridge is Guru, or that bridge is Acharyan. And who has to send the Acharyan? Our Bhagavan only has to send. And that is his dharma, that he sends an Acharya to take all the jivas in his feet. You need an Acharya. And how does he show that he is the appointed Acharya? He gives him Rama Nambangitam Chedam Anguliyekam. He gives the ring. There were so many monkeys going around searching for this Sita Mata, but our Ramachandra Prabhu gave the ring only to Hanuman. Then our drama barlu. And it was already taken care. It was already a done deal. The Anjaney Swami will find Sita Mata. That's miracle. In spite of so many monkeys searching around, only Hanumanji is catching. That's Deva Sankalpa. When there are so many people, so many preachers, everything correct. So he has given this ring to her, and Hanumanji goes, and he is there in the tip of the southern part of India. And then Jambavan is an elder who is clearly understanding Angada or other people, Neela, Nala, everybody are not able to completely cross the 100 yojanas of the ocean, which means these people themselves are not able to cross samsara. How can they take other jivas across samsara? So Guru has to be 100% Guru. And a Guru cannot be even like Angada, who knows how to jump to Lanka, but he can't come back. So these type of people, if they somehow attain Bhagavan, they can't now look at our state. They can't see our state of suffering and that state of bliss. Only a Mahatma who has come from Ramachandra Prabhu can do that. They understand our state, they understand Paramatma's state, they understand both states, and they have the Shakti, the strength and capability to cross the ocean, take the message, and come back and inform that to Bhagavan and bring Bhagavan in the shoulders to the jiva. And that only Hanuman can do. That's why our Vedanta Deshika Swami is saying, Hanumath samena Guruna. What Hanumanji does is, he searches for the jiva. A Guru has to search. A jiva has to always Rama, Rama, Rama. Rama kaha alno. And they should not go around. Sita Mata, she said, if I can actually burn everything, but she won't. The Guru can the sthanama. So the Guru is searching. Guru is searching everywhere. Where is that jiva which Paramatma wanted, which Ramachandra Prabhu wanted in the feet, or wanted by his side? And then finally he found Ashokavanam, Sita Mata there. And when a Guru approaches a Shishya, what happens? The jiva first is frightened. Is it really? Who is he? Is it Ravana again in a different guise? Since we are so much affected by the 10 Indriyas in the world, we even start doing aropanam of worldliness in a Guru himself.
When our Hanumanji came, she couldn't believe. She thought maybe it's my imagination. Faith takes time. And then how did she get the faith? Na? Our Anjaneya Swami did Ramanama Japam, Rama Katha Pravachanam, and slowly by giving Satsangam to Sita Mata, Rama Katha, Ramanamam, and then she got faith, and then our Anjaneya Swami showed this ring of Ramanamangitam Chedam. And then she understood, oh, you have been sent by Ramachandra Prabhu himself. And see, beautiful, Bhartaram Iva Sampraptam. The moment she saw the ring of Ramachandra Prabhu with Ramanam, she felt as if she is already reunited with Bhagavan. When he sees Guru sent by Ramachandra Prabhu and giving us Ram Namna, Bhartaram Iva Sampraptam. We feel as if we have already attained everything. And then our Anjaneya Swami weakens the samsara for Sita Mata. The Akshana, and then he also does Upadesam to the Dasa Indriyam. He has to do now. Dharma Sthanathala, if a Guru is there, whether we listen or not, they will give Upadesam. And Dasanana was not ready. Kumbhakarna is Tamasam. Even though Tamasam knows what is right, what is wrong, it does not have the strength to walk the talk. You see, that is Kumbhakarna, Tamasam. And Ravana is not bending his head at all. He knows very well it's wrong, yet he is completely caught by Shoka Moha Bayapaga. Shoka Moha Bayam is catching. And our Hanumanji requests this Chudamani from our Sita Mata, takes it straight away to Ramachandra Prabhu. Ramachandra Prabhu is showing his fingers ring to show Abhayam, and Sita Mata is sending Chudamani to show Sharanam. And he takes the Chudamani, gives back to Ramachandra Prabhu. Ramachandra Prabhu is delighted. He said, you found out my jiva who is caught in the samsara. And the jiva said, please bring Bhagavan to me. Konardiyan Iraivanayendra. Bring that Bhagavan to me. And Ramachandra Prabhu immediately told Hanumanji, what can I do? What can I do to repay you? And the Guru, Hanumanji says, it's all your kripa. It is all your kripa. So they will never say it is their prowess. You see, they will all say, Ramnam is doing miracles. It is Bhagavan Sri Krishna who is blessing all of you. It is the divine name Mahamantra which is doing. Guru will always say. And our Ramachandra Prabhu gave Guru an embrace. The Krishna Arna, everybody would have got. Ramachandra Prabhu reserves the embrace only for a few people. And he says, how can I ever repay you for the wonderful debt I owe you? I want to be always indebted to you. I don't want to, even repay the debt. Let me be eternally indebted to you, says Bhagavan to a Guru, Hanumanji. But I'm going to give you something. And our Hanumanji also embraced, and our Swamiji says it's called Ramanjaneyam. Rama and Anjaneya together. Guru, Hari, Hari, Guru. And on the state. And now Anjaneya Swami nalla puchunta. So our Swamiji used to say, unless Anjaneya Swami releases, nobody can get to Rama. Ramu Duvare, Tumurakvare, Otanagnya, Binu Paisare. Guru da Ramachandra Prabhu Nera Pona Kuda be Papa. He will look at what have you done, what is your dharma, he will ask. If you go via Guru, no questions asked. You see. And our Sita Mata is saying, how can I ever repay you? And Ramachandra Prabhu is saying, Na kurmi sadasam priyam. That is the sthana of Guru. And that is what is Anjaneya. If people think I don't have a Guru, don't worry. Anjaneya is the Guru for us. You see. And for people who have a lovely Acharya Purushana, Bhagyame Bhagyam. You see. So Guru always gives that Ramanama, understand the heart of Ramachandra Prabhu, understand the hearts of Sita Mata, the jiva. And he constantly striving to bring Bhagavan to us. Naram dadati iti naradaha. To bring Narayana to us, only a Guru has a job to do. And that is what Maruti is. And now Vibheeshana Alvari is the jiva. Satvika only. Satvika Pume Sharanagati Bhagavan. Now our Vibheeshana Alvar is coming. And Bhagavan knows the heart of Vibheeshana Alvar in the Jivana Setukaname. So he asked everybody, all of them said he is not okay, don't throw him out, don't include him. But he knows one person will understand my heart because he understands his heart. And that was our Maruti. Ramachandra Prabhu looked at our Anjaneya Swami. Uru porul yavarum ஒன்ற கூறினார் செறி பெரும் கேள்வியாய் கருத்து என் செப்பு என நெறிதெறி மாருதி என்னும் நேரிலா அறிவனை நோக்கினான் அறிவின் நேளுளான் நேரிலா அறிவனை. That nerila means incomparable buddhi he has. That when our Maruti speaks, even Brihaspati, who is supposed to be the Buddhi Sattamaha, cannot say no to what Maruti says, it seems. So our Ramachandra Prabhu said, Hanuman, why don't you tell me what you think about it? Immediately, Ata Samskara Sampannaha Hanuman Sachivottamaha Uvacha Vachanam Slakshnam Arthavat Madhuram Lagu. Arthavat. There was nothing meaningless or unnecessary pause or unnecessary in his words. Madhuram, sweet to hear to even people who are going to be negated in their stance. But sweet to hear. Acceptable. Lagu. Melisa Chamman. Samskara Sampannaha. Samskara Sampanna. The divine samskaras a guru has to have na. Sachivottamaha. And our Hanumanji understood perfectly Ramachandra Prabhu's hrudayam. And he is just following what the heart of Paramatma, Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra Prabhu wants because of samskara sampanna. And how did he come there? Vanangiya senniyan marainda vayinan. Marainda vayin. He hid his mouth, it seems. Ata samskaram nalya sampanna. Vanangiya senniyan. He was like this and then like this. Nunangiya kelviyal nuvalvadayinan. Vanangiya kaigalod. Kai apdi koopindana. Vaya potindana. Then he started speaking with Potinda, number Hanuman, and started saying, Na Bhavantam. First he said what he is not going to do. So clarifying. Preparation is very important. Why am I speaking here is because he is clarifying. Na Bhavantam mati shreshtam samartam vadatambaram atishayayitum shaktaha brihaspati rapi bruvanne. Just because I am here to argue, I am not speaking for argument's sake. And I am not speaking because I am capable of giving a better point than what you said, so I shall talk. No, I am not speaking. And I am not speaking to show my intelligence or intellect. Just because I also should tell something. I am not speaking to actually tell what I think. I am actually speaking because it's very important for us to do the right thing. I am speaking. For dharma, I am speaking. Not because I want to argue, not because I have something to say, I will say. I am saying because it's important that we understand and embrace dharma. And first, he didn't name anybody. This is how you actually, when you want to establish the truth, don't make the problem personal. That's why generally mahatmas, they give most of the general advices in pravachana. They will never criticize anybody directly. And many times when people find, for example, a Mahatma wrote a book. Somebody released a press statement objecting that book, you say. And then all others near that Mahatma said, let us immediately put another to oppose the opposition. He said, no, don't make it personal. Everybody come to the pravachan, let that person also listen to the pravachan. Whatever I need to establish as dharma will be done through the pravachanam, madhuram, lagu, and beautiful. Yeah. And here he didn't personally say, Angada, coming to your point. He just said, there were many thoughts which came as a group. See how he's saying, all of us were trying to do only one thing now. We want to execute our Ramachandra Prabhu's will is what we want to execute. We want to make Ramachandra Prabhu happy. That's why we were all struggling. We are all doing the seva only now. But then one point raised was, we need to actually send a spy and observe him carefully, probe him carefully. Probation period, confirm. There is no calling for that. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you have to start a war. So you can't just allow a probation and the waste for both parties. Then one of you said that he has not come to the right place in the right time. He says, no, he has perfectly come to the perfect place and he has come in the perfect time. It is the perfect place because he left a adharmatma, dushta, and he has come to the place where there is gunam, where there is divya. So he has left Ravana and come to Rama. Where else can anybody come? And he says, Ravana, he tried to actually give him some buddhi. Ravana didn't listen. And he has come to Ramachandra Prabhu because he knows. Hanumanji சொல்றார் ஜாம்பவான் தலையாட்டணுங்கிறதுக்காக. At times when somebody is very senior, diplomatically you have to deal. So he said, Vibheeshana has come to the right place in the right time because he knows that Ravana's time has come. And our Ramachandra Prabhu's Parakramasali. Everybody has to say yes for that. Ravanan Adiyapuram. Chacha, Abdina ni in the Earthly. You have to get a yes first to make everybody agree. Is that Solin Selvan? So he said, Ravanan Adiyapuram. Yay. Parakramasali Ramachandra Prabhu. Yes. And Ravanan, he actually gave a lot of advice to him. He did not accept. Yes. And he also heard that he supported Sugriva and killed his brother Vali. And so he can also get a chance to rule Lanka if we emerge victorious. Jamban, in the angle, he has said that our Hanumanji knows very well Vibheeshana Alvar's love and he's longing to be with Ramachandra Prabhu's Kainkarithika. He knows. But then to keep some mouths from not, creating more hurdles, or gag. And he said he came here because he knows if we win the war, he will be the Raja. Ramachandra Prabhu won't rule. We won't rule. Who will rule? Only he has to. And the Sharaban said, no, we have to send a spy. He said, Arey, you send a spy. The spy has to first understand his baseline. And all the lie detector test gave a baseline. And he has to do an organic lie detective test. So for that, he has to explain, set baselines for lie, truth, etc. We don't have time. I don't think it's a right thing to do. And finally, one of you said, let us do an interview, let us probe deeper and understand what he is, etc. Why do you need that? He openly told what he is. He has already divulged all the information about himself. So I don't think it's essential. And so all the arguments posed in the Sabha to not include him is standing annulled now. Then our Hanumanji is now saying, hearing his voice, I know there is a ring of truth in his voice. So he can be accepted. And the words which he spoke is very clear. There is no wickedness in his words. There is arjavan, straightforwardness in his words. So I think we can accept. I look at his face. I look at the way he walks. I look the way he looks. I surrender to you now. So he said, I look at his mukha vikaram. I looked at the way he composes himself, the way he walks. There is no wicked intention evident there. Hence, I have come to the conclusion based on the behavior, his intention and his mind, I think is pure. And I know that he actually argued with Ravana. I was there when he argued also. So he has argued with Ravana. He is a Dharmatma. Anjaneya Swami didn't say he protected me. They were about to kill me. And then people will say, you are my. So he didn't bring that in argument at all. And he is Dharmatma. Even if he is a Duta, you should not kill him. And he is actually a Dharmatma. And his own family, his own daughters are taking care of Sita Mata, and they are the source of relief for Sita Mata there. And he might have come here understanding Vali Vadam. If somebody can kill Vali, he can kill Ravana also. Vali was even powerful than Ravana. And maybe he came for that, again, to make sure that there is somehow get this fellow inside. And Anjaneya Swami says, Adalal ivan varavu nalvarave yana unarnden adiyanen. So I have decided his inclusion to our team is actually a welcome move. And he said that, and then he looked at Ramachandra Prabhu. Atha Ramaha Prasannatma Guptartha Iva Sagaraha. Rama could not hold his joy in the face when he heard our Hanumanji arguing for including our Vibheeshana, which was his heart. Atha Rama. Atha endra shabda mein Mangala shabda. The Athatona, we start Atha Parama Gunopetaha. When our Krishna Chandra Prabhu was born, the chapter starts with Atha Sarva Gunopet. Atha Atha means Mangala. Atha also means thereafter. And so thereafter, Ramaha. After that, Ramahana, Mahatmas are saying, Ramachandra Prabhu's Swarupam is giving refuge to anybody who falls at his feet. If he says no, na, Ramare, Ramarale. You see, he'll become Aramar. But here Hanumanji ensured that Ramaswarupam is taken care because Saranagata Uddhara Gotrot Bhavasya, inseparable vratam for Ramachandra Prabhu is Sharanagata Vatsalyam, Sharanagata Abhayam. And our Hanumanji auspiciously gave Ramar back to Ramaram. And then Ramaha, Ramarana. And that Bhagavan, who felt very pained listening to all these people giving various reasons not to include somebody, the moment he heard our Anjaneya Swami's words, he immediately felt extremely happy because he already decided. Andachana already decided. And the Aragana Swamiji used to give a rasa. The Vibheeshana was standing there. Ramachandra Prabhu was here. And when they were all arguing, Vibheeshana Ramachandra Prabhu he said, he already showed his eye to him. It seems, and the Mari Ramachandra Prabhu has already decided Vibheeshana is accepted. And now, because these are all my dasas, Sugriva is my friend, I may be forced to listen to what he says. Now, my Swarupanasam will happen. Thankfully, Hanumanji was there. Hanumanji. And Sarveshwara Ramachandra Prabhu didn't have a protector for his Swarupam. It is the Guru who protected the Swarupam of Ramachandra Prabhu. And again, he got back his satta. He felt prasannatma. Then he felt very happy. And he started looking at all of them. And then he said, Anuman varte kettu magilndu Raman kuruvadu. When he heard our Anjaneya Swami heard this is what Ramachandra Prabhu said. Maruti amudavartai sevimaduttu indumadi perarivala nandru ena pirarai noki. The moment Maruti amudavartai, adhan the Swarupam, Atharama, amudamna, for a person who is almost lost his life, amudam amritam brings back the life na. Marutiyin amudavak. And amudam also is sweet, na? Prasannatma. The sweet words, Maduram and Lagu Vakyam of Maruti was like sweet, ten payarda. Amuda Vartayai Sevi Maduthu Indu Mandi. Ah, Per Arivala. Saying that, oh my God, you are, people generally said, like Brihaspati, our Ramachandra Prabhu's Buddhi is equivalent of Hanuman. Perarivala, Nandru. Very well. Sadhu. Ena Pirarai Noki, see, this is what is right. Mel immatram teruvula termin yenna ariyan uraipadu anan anaivarum adanai ketar. I have Ramachandra Prabhu. I also have a few words to say. I asked all your opinions. I also may have an opinion. Now listen to that. He said, Ramachandra Prabhu. Mama pitu vivakshasti kachit prativibhishanam shrutam ichchami tatsarvam bhavatbihi shreyasi stitaihi. So I also have a few opinions. I would want all of you to please listen to what I say also. And Ramachandra Prabhu, looking at Anjaneya Swami with love, also looked at all of them and said, now listen to what I have to say. And then Ramachandra Prabhu opened his heart to talk about his Suvratam. He opened his heart to say how much he loves somebody who chants his name, how much he loves somebody who has surrendered to him, how much he loves somebody who even says
in the walk. Raghava, Tavasmi nale purma. You don't even have to mean it. Tavasmi solita. So I'm going to take. That is Rama hrudayam, which we will see tomorrow. And Hanumath samena Guruna. We all need a guru. And we should not search for him. Let us all long for Bhagavat Kripa. Bhagavan will send a guru with the ring of protection called Ramanama and ensure that in spite of we still being in samsara, Bhartaram iva sampraptam, we will feel as if Atanja Mariton, Purnoham Paripurnoham, Karana Rahita Guru Kripayan. We will also feel like Sita Mata felt when Guru Hanumanji came with the ring and gave it. With tremendous humility, he gave it. Sita Mata hugged it, embraced it, kept it in her heart, and felt as if she attained Ramachandra Prabhu. Na? Guru makes us feel, I think, for me, Tattenu Kampa, for me, Supratikshamanaha. I shall constantly now look forward to that Kripa where I am going to attain his feet. Till that point of time, with gratitude, Kalakshepam, what will I do? I will sing, I will chant, using my body, walk, and my mind. I will do Guru Kainkaryam of gratitude, Rama Kainkaryam of gratitude. That is my Swarupam. That is my Kalakshepam, na time pass. Meaning, till the time I attain, I have to finish. Deha Yatra is there. Na? How can I be idle? How can I be lazy? How can I be ungrateful? So, with walk, manas, and kayam, body, speech, and my mind, I shall constantly engage in singing Rama Mahima, Guru Mahima. Anjaneya Swamiki Jai. Buddhir Balam Yashodhairyam Nirbhayatvam Arogata Ajatyam Vakpadutvancha Hanumat Smaranat Bhavet Kagena Vacha Manasendrirva Buddhyatmana va Prakrite Swabhavat Karomi Adyat Sakalam Parasmi Narayana Yeti Samarthya Sadguru Maharaj ki Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare